Hi there people, this is me Mahir, a grade 12 student studying in Ontario, Canada. And today we are diving into the world of digital note-taking, and we're going to discuss why digital note-taking is important and what are the benefits from it and what are the most effective ways on how we can really implement digital note-taking in our life. And I think it's a very good topic that we should discuss, so let's get started. So why is it that we should really move into digital note-taking in 2024? First of all, I believe that it saves a lot of time, because when you're trying to make effective notes of your lectures on your subjects, physics, maths, or any university course, what happens is that you basically use a lot of different pens and colors to make the notes more effective and informative to your brain. But I think using a digital note system like this really helps it to be more fast forwarded and you can really excel more quickly. Secondly, I believe that it allows us to make updates to our notes, which is I think highly important, because if anything adds up during revision or during the last part of the course, or anything or any changes that you can make, or like maybe in some parts you might make a change on, you find a realization on, maybe you may find something that really adds to your understanding, and it doesn't really happen with normal type of note-taking systems. So I think digital note-taking system may be a little bit expensive, but I think it's one of the best ways how you can increase your productivity. Secondly, I believe that it's a lot of effective, and it's mainly because that it's portable, I know, and this is why I think that you guys should really focus more into digital note-taking system, particularly Samsung or iPad tabs if you can buy, and probably using these pens. By the way, this is not a real Apple Pencil, just to be I don't need an Apple Pencil. You might need, but I think this is one of the best. Like, it costs maybe $20 or $30. This really does the job, and what you need is a good software, a paid software that really meets your needs. And I think in order to really make your life more organized, you should really move into digital note-taking system. It doesn't really matter that if you use this note-taking system in your school or day-to-day life, but also in your personal life, in your corporate life, or every way possible. A major game changer is that most digital note-taking systems are synchronizable, which is, I think, one of the best features that any note-taking systems can really offer, because whenever you are, maybe you can see your notes in a ride, or maybe wherever you are and wherever you feel comfortable to edit your notes at any single time, because you can literally log on to a public computer and see your notes and revise for an exam to where you didn't even take your iPad to. So I think that's one of the best thing that digital note-taking can offer. So these are the main things that digital note-taking can really incorporate with our life and give us the maximum level of productivity that we really want as a student or a university student or a corporate manager or a corporate job taker or a businessman or whatever. Because as we are fast forwarding into the new era of digital based systems, I think we should really talk more about digital note-taking systems, digital education, because we might take lectures in live classrooms, that's okay, but finding new ways to enhance our life with artificial intelligence, productivity and systems and management systems and softwares can really make us more modernized and accustomed with this fast forwarding society. So let's go through the GoodNotes app and see how really things work. So the good thing about here is that you can make a lot of folders. So I have like a project, a grade 11, grade 12, an IELTS test project or whatever, personal learning. And if you click on new, there'll be a lot of options such as notebook or study set. So create a notebook. Let's see, there's a lot of covers that we can select from, and there's a lot of writing type of paper. There maybe a good thing about digital noting is that there will be a different variety of templates of writing papers, digital papers, on where you can write. It may be a track sheet, it may be a graph paper, it may be a custom graph paper. You can really adjust the scaling, which really helps in classes such as calculus, maths, physics, or whatever. And so basically, so if we go to grade 12, there will be more subfolders and like that. So this is basically it. And if I click on, for example, chemistry, and here are my chemistry notes. Let's go to organic chemistry. Okay, so here are basically all the notes. So I'm not going to go through the notes for now, but what I'm going to show you is that So this is basically the main system. There's a good layout page and there's the content. So at the upper right, there will be a pen option, eraser, highlight. So you can literally highlight stuffs, which is very nice. And there will be elements option. You can select stuffs, you can copy, and you can always screenshot from your laptop or from your iPad and then paste it into your documents, which is one of the best things, because when the teacher posts something in their assignment, I just go like this and just paste it. Boom. So this is a screenshot that I took from my computer and I just pasted it right there. There's a number of different systems that you can use. So you see there's a graph paper that I use that I've saved in my gallery. Yeah, so you can add texts. So that's basically it. So I'm going to show you some of the cool features that helps me make effective notes. So whenever I'm making a note, what you can do is that you see here are tabs, specific tabs at here. So I can click onto that. I can really move through notes. What about if I want to just have something else on my screen? What I can do is just pull this up, and I need Google Classroom. What I do is that I take Google Classroom, drag it, and just put it inside. So what happens, it creates a section for me to see my notes and what are the type of documents and read through it and make my lecture notes. So let's see of how I really write stuff. It's not basically some rocket science. You don't need really cute notes. What I'm saying is that you need a structured form of way. So what I basically do is that I take the heading as red and select my marker a little bit more thicker. So organic chemistry, yeah, for example. And then I just underline it with my specific green color, and then when there's a subheading, a subtopic, for example alkanes, right, and then I underline it, okay? And what happens is that I take the highlighter tool and highlight the subtopic. Now from onward, what I do is that I just use my signature black pen and write. They have two bones and stuff like that. They look like this, etc., etc. So if I like, this is basically it. And what happens is that I always zoom in to write my notes. And there's also a tool that helps you to zoom in if you don't want to zoom in, is that you can zoom out. And this is actually a tool that I took from here. And you can literally resize it and put it somewhere, and you see that you write a lot bigger space, like with a lot of bigger space here, but it appears very short here. Like when you zoom in, you can really see that. So that really helps me excel and write more effective notes in such small spaces that when I print, it's one of the best notes ever. I just want to show you guys some of the organic chemistry notes that I made and how effective iPad is. So this is basically a basic system of taking notes. I'm gonna just pull that up, pull that aside. So yeah, so different colors. So here are different multitude of colors. You can add pictures. You can even add voice recordings of yourselves. So this is basically the general format that I follow. A heading, submenu, and then use different colors. That's it. I don't recommend using so much colors, but here you see this is a screenshot that I attached. So the basic key elements of making a note-taking journey more effective is that using same type of headings, subheadings, and as much as possible screenshots and notes from other sources. So I'm just gonna pull down. So here you see that what I basically do is that I take a screenshot from the PDF of my book. That's basically here. Sorry, not this one. This one. So this is my book, right? So what I do is that I take a screenshot of the question. So let's say that this is a question. So this is just a statement. Let's say I wanna take this section from this book. So what I do is that I select the selection tool and circle around it in a rectangular shape, and I click on it and say take screenshot. It basically took a screenshot. Now what I do is that I copy the screenshot and then I go to my notes and I hold it and paste it here. Now what I do is that I do a lot of annotation and analyzation in the notes. So there's a lot of reasons that you guys should come into digital note taking. I know there's a lot of disadvantages, such as the system costs a lot of money, but the return on investment that you can get on your productivity, on your marks, on your grades, on your result, and your effectivity, and your time management, and your time saving skills, and your digital forwardness into this new world will really impress you on a whole new different level. So you can highlight this, right? So I can even use the highlighter tool like this, and a lot of ways we can really maximize of how we shape our understanding of a topic and how we make effective notes. So these were my basically the chapter notes. So my math notes are not as much good, but let's take a look at the physics notes of how I take physics notes. So the good thing is that you can view all the pages and print specific chapters or specific pages. I mean, yeah. So this is my physics notes. As I said, important heading, subheading, and then definitions like that. Look at how beautiful this is, right? And it's effective because I take certain parts from my book PDF and attach it here because it really helps. And the way the coloring works is that you decide of how your coloring will work, but being able to create graphs and perfect scalings and an easy note taking while not carrying a lot of holistic amount of books and notes is far better. I think one of the cool things that you can do is that you can share this note, you can export all, and you can export in any format, PDF, image, GoodNotes, or even a link, and you can share it to your friend, which is very, very effective because I still remember that I made a good amount of notes on a certain specific topic and I got to help a lot of people. You can even earn money from these notes. I'm being serious for this, guys, because the way it works is just seamless, and you can make multiple copies. You can even showcase your work, and you can really organize things a lot. Because you guys know that I talk a lot about organization in this YouTube channel, but I think that it really helps us focus on the best things that we need to do in our life. So this is basically GoodNotes, as you can see. We can also use Apple Notes, which is kind of off. It doesn't really provide much service, but it just works. It's not something that I recommend, but going with GoodNotes and using effective systems. By the way, you can also use two notes side by side in GoodNotes like this, and you can make notes on both sides. So when it comes to selecting the best software for digital note-taking in 2024, I suggest that you should go with GoodNotes in their one-time purchase for $29. It's a little bit, but it's one time. But if you want to go with a yearly plan, it's around $10. Notability is what a lot of famous YouTubers recommend, and Notability is also one of the best apps, but I think GoodNotes maybe resonates with me in a more friendly way. But Notability and GoodNotes are my top choices, and they work with Apple products. But if you are a Microsoft user and you want to diversify more about how your systems work, I think OneNote is also a very, very good option. It also works with iPad and Microsoft. But if you have Windows computer, I think you should go with OneNote because this has one of the best organizing systems in terms of digital note-taking systems. But GoodNotes is a lot iOS friendly, and it basically helps us get the job done. It doesn't really matter, but you need to find what really suits for you. So that's basically it for today. I hope you found this video helpful and resourceful and insightful, and I hope that you also move your first initiative towards digital note-taking system in 2024. That's it for today, guys. Seeing you next time.